Day 2 of Green Week saw participants getting to grips with the complex nitty-gritty details of defending biodiversity. This opening session pulled no punches, frankly admitting that past efforts to protect the Earth's complex and fragile ecosystems have too often failed.
One of the biggest areas, particularly in Europe, is the area of perverse incentives. And a classic example, of course, which people don't much like to talk about, is European fishing policy. And the idea of subsidising people to go fishing for ever-decreasing fish stocks is clearly something which needs to be technically and politically on the agenda.
In this session, delegates heard how biodiversity can actually help strengthen and diversify our economies.
Ecosystem services refer to water purification services, food security, carbon storage, all these different services that are provided by land in its natural state that have important value to people and that are not captured in our day-to-day market prices.
In a lively session that was briefly disrupted by protesters, delegates from civil society and big business looked at the issue of convincing consumers to think more carefully about biodiversity.
Biodiversity is essential for a company like Coca-Cola because the ecosystem services that nature provides us with are essential for our business to grow. The obvious example being water. If ecosystems are damaged to the point of not providing society, including business, with potable, safe drinking water, we have a problem with our business.
The plight of the world's oceans, which cover 70% of the planet's surface and are a crucial ecosystem, came up for discussion in this workshop.
Well, there's many huge threats. I think by far the biggest is climate change. Oceans are changing already, and nature and biodiversity in it is threatened by climate change. That's the biggest risk.
Tanzania's Minister for Water gave a welcome view from the developing world.
The biggest challenge for me as a minister responsible for water is how do I make these sources sustainable, not only for this generation but also for the future generation.
And this session heard of the need to protect fragile soil ecosystems.
So we have very little inputs on the farm. All our livestock eat grass, they're outdoors all year. We don't buy in chemical fertiliser, and believe it or not, we don't even have a tractor.
And some delegates even found time to watch an award-winning documentary on soil or attend this year's Life Environment Awards.